very sad. And so I have a couple speakers going tonight, and I'm going to stand with all of you as support. So thank you so much for being here, and enjoy.
And I want to read a poem. I read it actually.
Could we ask the speaker to come up here so that we can all hear?
On Saturday in Omaha. It's inspired by the tradition of resistance that comes from the Black American community. The closer inspiration is the Negro spiritual. As of course, as a child, my grandmother sang these spirituals. And her grandmother sang spirituals, and her grandmother was around during the time of slavery. So I thought about the multiple ways in which the Black American community has resisted, has fought for civil rights and human rights. And that's what this poem speaks to. However, I also want to honor the many other groups, especially in the U.S., American Indians, Latinos, Asians, who also have traditions of resistance. And also, of course, those people of good conscience who themselves may not come from marginalized groups, yet have traditions of resistance. But this poem is inspired specifically by the spiritual wade in the water. Wade in the water. But I change a word. Instead of God's going to trouble the water, it's wade in the water, children. Wade in the water, God's going to trouble the water. But instead of God, I change it to the spirit, because I want to capture that spirit of resistance. So, wade in the water, wade in the water, children, wade in the water. The spirit's going to trouble the water. It's not good to sing when it's cold outside. Strong-willed, forceful, determined, everlasting, I am spirited resistance. I am the descendant. I am the inheritance, the heritage, the legacy of those who fought for me, before me. I am also the ancestor of those who will continue the struggle when I am but a ghost, haunting the earth, wind, and fire of revolution, wading in the waters of revolution. I am the spirit, the zeitgeist of non-violent resistance. I am spirited resistance, haunted by the loving Jesus Christ, turn the other cheek, peaceful but civil disobedient ghost of Rosa Parks and Martin Luther King. I am the ghost of confrontational opposition, possessed by the defiant Malcolm X, Nation of Islam inspired, by any means necessary, poltergeist-powered ghost of Catherine Cleaver, Huey Newton, Fred Hampton, and other members of the Black Panther Party. I can cloak you with my love or rock you with my rage. I can defy you through my refusal to hate you, or hate you through my refusal to be defiled by you. I can possess your racist, white supremacist heart with the altruism of nonviolent resistance, or exercise your bigoted soul with the fury of confrontational revolutionary change. Like the inspirational liberation theology of James H. Cone, I can also hover, float, and fly somewhere between the states of civil disobedience and confrontational revolution. I am spirited resistance. I horrify U.S. presidents. I terrorize corrupt politicians. I scare the shit out of dictators. I rise up against the racist, militarized police state. I move through and dismantle walls of oppression. I am the unblockable, unstoppable, reincarnatable, powered by Michael Brown, eternal spirit of resistance. And I am here to stay. Wade in the water, wade in the water, children, wade in the water. The spirit's gonna trouble the water. Thank you.
Yeah!
My name's Tyler Richard, and I'm with the American Civil Liberties Union of Nebraska. For those who might not be familiar with our organization, along with our members in each and every county in our state, we work to make sure that our state's motto of equality before the law rings true for everyone who calls Nebraska home. We've been hearing a lot lately about what's happened in Ferguson, and I want to talk for a couple minutes about things that are happening here in Nebraska. During the month of August, the ACLU released 3 reports about police practices in our state and found there were several areas where law enforcement agencies around the state were not following Department of Justice guidelines. Those areas were use of tasers, complaint processes, and yes, racial profiling. In many counties in Nebraska, including Lancaster County, you are more likely to be pulled over, more likely to have your car searched, and more likely to be arrested during a traffic stop if you are a person of color. We're pleased that the Lincoln Police Department has taken our concerns seriously, but there's still a lot of work that needs to be done. We need in our state for our state crime commission to respond to complaints about racial profiling. For a decade now, there's been a law on the books about data collection for racial profiling, and our crime commission has yet to strike the hammer when an agency has failed to produce data, as they are obligated to do so by law. We still, in Nebraska, don't have any police departments that are ensuring all of their officers are using body-worn cameras to make sure that any kind of interaction with law enforcement is documented. Right now, the only agency that is doing this is the UNL Police Department. No other community policing agency is using body-worn cameras. We have several law enforcement agencies that don't have dash cams yet. We have a serious problem with accountability. We also have a number of police departments that don't make complaint processes easy for people. So what we've decided to do as an organization, because police departments aren't being transparent and accountable on their own, we've released a smartphone app called Mobile Justice. And you can go to the Google Play Store and download this app for your Android phone right now. It'll be available for iPhone in the next couple months. With this smartphone app, you can record your interactions with law enforcement. We actually hope that you're a bystander witnessing an interaction. You can record an interaction with law enforcement and send a complaint immediately to the ACLU from your smartphone. I encourage you all to go to aclunebraska.org and download Mobile Justice. And we're also going to be hosting a Know Your Rights workshop about how to use that app in the coming weeks. One is going to be at UNL on Thursday evening, 6 o'clock in the food court room C. Hope that you'll take a moment to attend that Know Your Rights training. The other thing I want to say real quick, as I know many of you know, today people are celebrating and learning about the work that Rosa Parks did. And our history has done a great disservice to Rosa Parks and the movement, I think, by not talking about everything that she did. History frequently doesn't talk about the months and months of NAACP meetings that she attended, the rallies like this one that she attended. There was not just one magical day. This was part of a movement where people protested, where people rallied, where people made their voice heard. And I thank you for being a part of continuing that movement today. If you want information about Mobile Justice, I have flyers, as well as a racial profiling report from law enforcement, and also protesting Know Your Rights cards. If you want any of those materials, come find me. I'd be happy to hand those to you.